We got a developing situation in the NFL. The Lions are working to trade for a superstar. And we got Maxx Crosby saying, yes, I'd like to be a Lion. Plus, Mark Davis says, not so fast. We explain. NFL rumors, take a look at this. They put it out there. We got big names. The Lions are checking on Crosby, Haasan Reddick, and others. But enough with the rumors. Let's just go facts. Dan Orlovsky says facts. Raiders, you need a quarterback. And Lions, this is your time right now. Look at this.
You need a quarterback.
Yes, you do.
Detroit can't waste this opportunity. Yeah. Like, this window is only...
Is there anyone outside of Maxx Crosby?
I think you call the Raiders for Maxx Crosby. I don't care if it costs you a first-round pick. You give it. I don't care if it costs you a first- and second-round pick. You give it. Yeah. You're the best team in the NFC.
And it's the best chance for the Lions to win a Super Bowl ever. Meanwhile, Orlovsky continues. Who else is in play? Look.
I think you call the Cleveland Browns and ask what it would cost to get either Myles Garrett or Zadarius Smith.
That one's realistic, Zadarius Smith.
Indeed, but other names are as well. JPA Football says, hold on, what about Haasan Reddick? Because the Jets are giving him a short window to look for a trade. It's real. But wait, Adam Schefter weighs in, and it makes all too much sense. Presented by St. Lucie Battery and Tire, SLBT.com. Home of honest, reliable service since 1970. Schefter on the Pat McAfee show said this about the future. Look at
position.
I see them looking to make a move, but I don't see them mortgaging the future. I don't see them giving up multiple ones for Maxx Crosby or Myles Garrett or even Haasan Reddick.
Crosby is 27. Garrett is 28. What is he talking about the future? Pat McAfee explains it perfectly. It's like a game show. Look.
If you drafted Maxx Crosby with one of your next two first-round picks, I think people in Detroit would say, good draft pick, right?
Great draft pick. Yeah.
Exactly. What are you worried about the future for? It is the now, and we know what Crosby is now. There's no guessing involved. Meanwhile, McAfee asks the hypothetical. Look it.
Could you imagine 2 ones for Maxx Crosby to go back to Detroit?
We'll do it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. So he is perfect for the culture.
Yeah, he's perfect for the culture. It makes perfect sense, and here's why. Because Crosby himself follows the Lions on Instagram, follows the Insider, follows the football. He is all about the Lions' life. Meanwhile, Schefter actually is hearing from teams while he's on the air. This is crazy because McAfee figures it out. Presented by Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views, your UFC fight headquarters. You heard what I said. Watch Schefter's face. Terrible poker face. Watch how McAfee pieces together exactly what is happening in real time. This is fascinating. Look.
Cleveland, it shifted to Indianapolis.
Who was that?
That was someone calling.
Yeah, but who, though?
Lions?
What? Look at Shefty. Look.
Not the Lions.
Raiders?
Oh, somebody else saying, what are the Lions going to give up for a defensive end?
You got it.
Wow. Okay.
He figured it out. And Shefty's a terrible poker player. Look at this. FanDuel getting in on this, and they are saying, bring Crosby home. He went to Eastern Michigan. He's a Michigan man. Look at the deal. Here's the terms thereof. Who says no? The Raiders are going to get a first-round pick in 25 and 26, and also a fourth-round pick in 26, and James Houston in exchange. But then there's Myles Garrett. Here's the details on that. First-rounders for 25 and for 26 in exchange thereof. The numbers make sense. Sport Rack, remember them? They're the contract people. They show you the terms of guaranteed money. It actually fits. And then Devoted by Detroit, they're in on this as well. And they say, look at specifically the cap numbers. It actually is viable. It is doable. But wait, because Crosby actually said he'd want to be a Lion. Look at this. Presented by X Golf. X Golf WPB on Instagram. The new home of golf, indoor golf, is X Golf. Is there trouble in Las Vegas? Maxx Crosby on the sideline this past Sunday. You tell me if this doesn't look bad. Take a look. Look at here. Walking up Mike Caldwell and shoves him. And that's it. Wow. And that looks eerily similar to something we saw 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Look what happened. Remember this with Aaron Rodgers and then Coach Robert Saleh? Look it.
13 plays, 91 yards.
Just like it.
Last season.
Meanwhile, we got Maxx Crosby feeling as though he's got to issue a statement, and he put this out. Mike Caldwell's my guy, one of the best people in the business. That's a love push. Stop reaching, he says. Funny, because Aaron Rodgers said the exact same thing about Saleh. Oh, that's what we do. He's not a big hugger. I love Robert, etc. A little too similar, don't you think? Meanwhile, Crosby actually said it. Listen closely, because you can see it on his face and hear it in his words. He'd like to be a Lion. Look.
If the Raiders were off the table, who would be one other team you'd play for?
Wow.
We are keeping it real.
Keep it real.
The Lions.
Wow. And he knew he shouldn't answer it. He knew he was going to get in problem for saying it, but he said it anyways. The question is on the board. Question. Does a Maxx Crosby trade make sense for all? Yes, it does. I know Raiders, you don't want to get rid of him. I know the hashtag means Raider Nation for life. Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, came out and said it ain't happening, which also means sweeten the pot. Make it make sense for me to make it happen. For the Lions, it's a no-brainer. You're not mortgaging the future. Schefter's wrong. You know what you're getting. He is the guy. He is the future. He's 27. As I said, Garrett is 28. But the Raiders, you need picks, and you need a quarterback. And as much as you'd hate to get rid of a guy like this, guess what? He loves you. He wants to be a Raider, but he also wants to go back home. He also wouldn't mind being a Lion. And don't think those guys aren't hitting him up, tampering, if you will. When I say those guys, I mean players saying, dude, come home. It's where you. The situation is perfect. Crosby may not want to leave the Raiders, but I get it. But it's business and it makes sense. And for the Lions, it's a no-brainer. The window is now. The time is now. And he is the piece you need with Aiden Hutchinson now gone for the season. Hit like, hit subscribe, comment, or reply to all those comments. And remember, kids, while every day above ground is a good day, some are just more questionable than others. Second night to the bad guy. See you back here on Friday.